We will handle this error now. We know that the best way to handle exceptions is to use a try-catch block, right? So let's go ahead and use that. We'll go to this file and put this code where we are getting the JSON response within the try block. Then here we'll write the catch block. The exception is a JSON exception. And we will add a toast here to display a message to the users telling them that some unexpected error occurred. So, we have resolved this error as well. We'll look at this one next. We'll go to the dashboard fragment and we know that the volley errors are handled inside this error response block. We just want the user to be notified about those errors. So we will make a toast here and give the message as volley error occurred. Usually, you would not have seen a message saying volley error occurred, but would have seen some more generic messages like some error occurred or please try again, etc. That is done. Next, we will handle this error. Now here, if the image is not properly extracted from the link, we need to display some default image to the user. Let's do that. We will use this image as our default image. The link for this image has been given in the helper text below this video. You can use any other image of your choice. We will place the image inside the drawable directory. This being done, let's move to the adapter file. We will add this method error here and inside the parenthesis put the default book cover we have added. We trust you are able to understand this code now. This error method takes care of errors which may occur here. Now, let's say a couple of images were not properly fetched or not extracted from the link. The default image will be displayed like this. Coming back to this list, this error has also been handled. We are just left with this last point now. You must have seen a lot of times while using apps that this loading circle comes on the screen while the data is being fetched and displayed. The circle goes away when the data comes on the screen. We are going to implement this in our app as well, so that instead of showing a blank screen when there is slow internet, we show this circle so that the user knows there is nothing wrong with the app. This loading circle is known as the progress bar. We will first add it in the XML file and we'll hide it when the data gets displayed. Let's go to the studio and do it. We will go to the XML file for the dashboard fragment. Here, we will add an empty relative layout. Give it the necessary attributes and an ID. Then, we'll add the progress bar inside the relative layout. For the progress bar, we'll give the width and height as wrap content and then we give it an ID. We had forgotten to add a white background in the progress layout, so let's do that. Now, for the progress bar, we want it to appear in the center of the screen. So we will add the layout center in parent attribute and set it to true. This being done, let's go to the Kotlin file for the dashboard. Here, we will declare an initialize progress bar and progress layout, which was the relative layout we had created. Next, we want to make this progress layout visible when the fragment is being loaded. To do this, we will add this line of code. Here, we have used the visibility method and set the view to visible. Now when we get the output, we want to hide this progress layout. So, we go inside this try block and here we will write this line of code. This will hide the progress layout. Let's run the app now. See, the progress bar appears in the center till the data loads. Data comes and the progress bar goes away. Good. So, we have fixed all these errors and also made the UX better. Before we end this video, let's go back to the app and clean the UI of the app we made. We'll remove unwanted components that we just added so we could learn about them, such as we'll remove this check internet button. All the button related code will get removed here. Then we'll remove this dashboard fragment text, which is also unnecessary here. We will also remove this dark divider line and make the UI of the book cards better. Now here we will add card view as the parent layout. This will make the entry for each book appear as a card. Let's run the app. The UI looks improved, but we can still make it a little better. First, we'll add some margin and corner radius to our book cards and some margin to the recycler view. Also, you know what? I kind of don't like this green color too much. So let's try and change this. First, let's add the margins. Adding margin, corner radius. Then adding margin here. And now we'll change the app colors. Go to the colors.xml file and use this code for the primary color and this code for primary dark. Let's run and check how it looks now. Looks good. So that was all for this topic. We have learned how to send GET requests and parse the response to display it on the screen. In the next topic, we will look at POST requests. So click next whenever you are ready.